So, welcome everybody to another Drive Time video call edition, and I'm very, very happy to welcome Frank Frostick to the show. Frank, how you doing, my good friend?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. You're good.
Yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby. Now, Frank, I obviously have known you for a while now, but for those who don't know, Frank, what is it you do in motorsport?
At the moment, I race in the Enduro Car Championship. I have done Track Day Trophy as well, and I do a bit of spannering here and there for other people.
Now, Frank, I know obviously that's how we've met, obviously through Enduro Car. But I've seen your picture on Facebook, your headline image, and there's a few nice. I saw a Ford Sierra, I saw a few nice motors up there. Tell us about your cars, shall we say?
You really want to start on that? There's a long list of that goes on for a long time.
Okay, give me your top five then.
Mark II Escorts, Ford Sierras, anything Ford basically. Yeah, I'm quite well known for my Blue Mark II, which I've had for 23 years. I've done a few sprints in it and stuff like that. On from then, I've got my Sapphire Cosworth, otherwise known as Wasworth. That was the Track Day Trophy 2012, which really got me into the proper circuit racing.
Yeah.
And then from then on, I've now moved into the KA. The Sierra is still there to be used, but the KA is a lot cheaper. You can have a bit more of a laugh, a few more people involved, and it's nice to do it as a group rather than just on your own.
I was going to say it's quite the transition from Sierra Cosworth to Ford KA, but hey, I know from experience how much fun an enduro car is. I mean, it's competitive, but it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Exactly. Whenever you go out in the KA, you have a race.
Yeah.
You can have a race all on your own when you go out in some of the other championships, depending on where you fit in the class. But it doesn't matter where in the field you are with the KAs, you're always going to be in a race with somebody.
Excellent. Now, Frank, you said there you did a season in 2012. You've obviously been racing quite a bit in your career, shall we say. Now, is there a particular track that you go to that you get goosebumps every time you turn up? You know, you come into a racetrack one particular weekend, and that's the one you can't wait for.
I've got two elements to that, I suppose.
Okay.
My best one is the Cadwell, because that's actually my most successful circuit, with third in class and fourth overall, which, for me, just finishing the race, as far as I'm concerned, makes it a good day. So anything on top of that is a bonus. As for the other side of that, even though it's my home circuit, Brands is the one, because I've never finished the race there.
Really?
Even though it's my home circuit, and without doubt one of my absolute favourite circuits, I've never finished a race there. Something that's always gone wrong, either at the start or midway through.
So what happened at what happens at the Enduro Car 500? Because you had some cracking lights on your car, didn't you?
Oh, other than the KA stuff.
There you go.
Because I'm so stuck in the past with it that it's been my nemesis. But yeah, the KA racing was very good there. So.
Right, I'm going to ask you this then, Frank. I'm going to take you to Cadwell Park. You and me are at Cadwell Park, and you've got the track to yourself. You've got 10 laps completely to yourself. And I say to you, there's an empty garage behind me, and in it I can make any car appear, past, present, road car, race car, you name it, it can appear, and you've got 10 laps in it. What are you taking out?
You know what? I would still take a BTCC RS 500.
You're not the only person who said that, actually. You're not the only person who said that. So very wise
absolute
choice.
Monster.
And of
absolute
course,
monster.
You're a Ford man, so there you go.
And it ticks the boxes.
Now, Frank, well, one thing we like to do in these drive time episodes, if you've seen any, is we always like to have a little laugh at the expense of the guests. So I do apologise in advance here. Now, what we want to know from you is a moment in your racing career. It could be driving, it could be trackside, it could be whatever, where you thought, oh no, I can't believe I've done that. Your most embarrassing moment, what would you say it's been?
Embarrassing moment? Oh, blimey. I suppose really my DNS at Brands. We had we did a perfectly good qualifying. It was on the GP circuit, so I've always wanted to race on the GP circuit. It was my opportunity to do so. I had a great qualifying session. We qualified early in the morning. We had a late in the afternoon race. We did everything we normally do, wheels off. We check everything on the car. We run through the whole lot, all fluids and everything. We sat around for hours and hours waiting for the race, having done everything. We got called into the holding area, started the car up, drove it over, parked up, switched it off, whistle blew, went to start it, flat.
Oh, no.
Thought, oh, this is ridiculous. What's going on here? I noticed that the alternator light wasn't on. I thought, well, I know that there's one join in that wire. So I checked that one join. Nope, all good. And I thought, well, the only thing it can be is the alternator. And wouldn't mind, it's a 2-3 minute job. There's one sitting there. It's literally 2 bolts, three wires, one sitting there. We had all day that we could have changed that over if I'd known.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was it. That was me. That was me. Do not start.
That's not embarrassing, Frank. That's tragic. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for you, mate. Oh no.
It was embarrassing for me because we sat there all that time and we didn't think to check that because we'd never had any issues with it or anything like that.
Well, you wouldn't know, would you? You wouldn't if you've never had any issues with it.
No.
No. Why
I
would you?
I looked back through the data and the alternator alternator had actually failed midway through qualifying.
Right.
But there was enough voltage in the battery to be able to get it back, start it up a couple of times, and obviously that was when it decided to let go. So,
oh no,
yeah,
not
that was
good.
it. No time to get out on track. One race over
Well,
before it even started.
I'll tell you what. Then now I feel a bit upset. I feel bad. Let's talk on a more positive side of things, shall we? Let's talk about your career as a whole and people you would like to give a bit of a shout out to. Is there any friends, family members, sponsors you'd like to give a bit of a shout out to who've sort of helped you along the way, are still involved with you today, or just give you some decent support?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite plenty of people about that look after me, help me out. I've got a couple of sponsors that help me along the way. I've got Alloy Art that deal with all my wheels and stuff like that. Anything that needs repairing alloy wise, they fix up. Pristine Bodyworks has done all of my paintwork on my cars for quite a few years now.
Cool.
They look after me, help me out a little bit here and there. Quest Motorsport do all my bits of mapping and stuff like that, anything like that I need doing. And then Super Tune and the G&M boys.
Right, Frank, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been great. Let's catch up soon, definitely. I'll see you trackside sooner rather than later. Frank Frostick, thank you so much.